No! Lost connection, damn it. Come on, come on! Don't leave me hanging. Ooh. Guess it's not nighttime anymore. Yeah, let's put these birds on it too. It is done.
Thank you.
In nomine Patri et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Now, this house can prosper again. It has been cleansed.
It's a tent.
A house nonetheless, no matter how humble it might be.
It is a haven, a sanctuary, for the time being.
Indeed. Anything else that requires our attention, Eleanor, that we could help you with?
Not that I can think of. That's the only thing that I was concerned of at the moment.
Very well.
Like I said, I haven't been able to go out and do the thing I said I was going to do because of getting injured yesterday. Almost like immediately after.
Of course. Please do inform Kale that we wish him speedy recovery and that I will keep him in my prayers.
I will next time he temporarily wakes up for me to get him to eat something.
Very well. Take good care of him. We need him alive and well.
I'm definitely making sure that's the thing.
Very good. Now, we should return. Wasn't that far. $12 stream one, only 3 minutes now. I don't think I have it in me. Oh, it looks like the stream, my timer reset. Oh, the reason why I logged out was because there was a spike in the connection. That's why even my stream reset. I apologize.
They can buy some swords.
Sorry for like a second. Ah, thank you. I think I know why that is.
Again.
Well met.
Actually, Miss Cleo, do you want to tell the bishop about the other camp you found?
Interesting.
Yes, the tents are in the colours of the church, red and black as well.
Might be where Dimitri is residing. Missing one
But it
step.
would be odd. He seemed to have cast off the red and black colours last I saw
Ah,
him.
that's what I thought.
Yes, he was
He
wearing
was
the
wearing-
black and white.
Yeah, he was wearing black
That's
and
right.
white last time I saw him.
I see. Well, perhaps it should be investigated. But be cautious, it might be a trap.
Yes.
Although,
Not heard of the place.
indeed, there are many potential allies that already swore allegiance to us. That might be their place where they reside outside of Ravenwood. Or perhaps it could be another safe haven of one of the civilians. I don't believe our enemies would be that foolish to break down a camp so close to our home.
I believe most of the civilians moved south, Bishop. I have, when I was patrolling, I got a bit further south than normally my patrol, and I found a couple of new settlements around.
I see. In that case, I suggest investigating this camp, just in case.
Yes, although there is a giant cross at this camp, so
Well, at the very least, we know that these are God-fearing, honest people.
This camp that I'm thinking of, I think that's the one that me and Kale were fighting the Chosen around, like 3 days ago now? 4 days ago now? It's been a few. Hi, me and him fought the Chosen a lot by ourselves. It's fine. It's okay.
seems to be a magnet for trouble.
It's not my fault, okay? They don't like me.
They don't like you
Well,
because you slay them every day.
Well, you say slay the cursed blood and you slay the familiar, so you probably
they, don't,
did
they didn't even like
their
either
biggest
one of them.
target.
They didn't even like
It does-
either one of them.
And doesn't matter. You still slay that one of them.
That's fair.
Speaking of a familiar, there's been strange man wandering about to and from town in carriage recently. Conveniently, when he is present, a large
her
black
voice is
wolf
occasionally breaking up.
appears when he disappears.
But it's not that bad.
He was one, or this wolf was one trying to get close to Alice.
Oh, that one's that wolf dog, whatever it was Orion, I believe was told what his name was.
Charles Bridge.
This man is always in a bulkier armor. No coloration to it. He's black hair. Not that tall.
I wonder.
How does the mask look like? The helmet?
He does not wear helmet.
Hmm.
I've never heard him speak to anyone. He wanders about in front of city stands, either around Fountain or at front gate. And then when I see him run off into the wilderness, normally Black Wolf comes wandering back.
Well, we need to see it once. This time speculation will only drive us mad.
Hey, you got a subscriber?
Oh, like, thank you so much for the sub.
Fuck them, I guess.
How dare you? You're lucky it's a prime one, and not an actual one. Otherwise I would be
By the way,
forced
far,
to yell
I've
at
been
you.
very on point
And
with
Vichy,
my
definitely book it.
speculations.
I'll show you around. Prague is awesome.
By the way,
Hola, hola.
Eleanor, have you ever met
you
a lady
doing?
called Esme?
I miss my brother. I miss the freaking... What was your name again? I forgot. It wasn't that important. Jesse, there we go. Jesse, like the cowboy from Toy Story. That's how I remember
These
you.
ones I identify as well.
Just got home? Ah, I see, I see. What was it that we were supposed to do together? Laundry?
That's why I'm saying I identify them as Willowbugs. is
Like a
because
tour or something. All right, the
I've never seen
confession.
around the chosen.
I think we can skip that and go
I've
straight to
never seen
jail
them.
with you.
At least
Dance
in their
party, yes.
outfit that they wear that I've
You
seen
got
them wear.
served.
They have not attacked
Everyone likes
anyone.
Jessie, but I guess she doesn't like us
only-
enough. You know, that's why she
They
just
seem to
fucked
be
off somewhere else and lives in the wilderness.
some form of healer at some point, some form, from what I've gathered.
It's been about 4 hours
So
to get
you're
there.
telling
Let
me
know.
this lady is a cursed blood?
I mean the outfit
To
that I've
stop
seen,
by,
if it's
yeah,
the
but
person
not
from
when
the-
I'm
I could be
around.
Mistaken, because there's a
Dare
couple
you.
of them that have
How did it
similar
look
names.
like?
like a blue.
Never writes, you
I
know,
can't
never
tell
sends a
fully
letter.
Colors because I'm partially colorblind. I think it was blue. Like
Oh.
a cloak, like a really long hood over their head.
Maybe I
that
should do
would
what
be,
I
like,
did with
silver down to,
with
like,
my brother.
maybe
You
her
know, maybe I should just
hips,
threaten
maybe.
to have you
Like a dress. Like
to have you brought to
over-
justice. That seemed to have worked nicely.
Color of hair?
Stirred some bees, you know.
I never saw the color of their hair. I don't believe so.
Or maybe we should ask the undead queen to resurrect
Must be a
certain
different
Atale
person.
from his grave.
Because the one that I met,
Maybe that will
had
bring you
a
to
proper
us.
dressed like a lady, and she was tending to, well, her home.
Yeah, that
Actually,
might-
gathering and
might
training
not
is
be the same
good.
one, 'cause
Though
the one
perhaps
I've
we should
seen,
do so
I
behind the
believe, has
walls.
called themselves as
No!
was
Let's have it
much
out in the
more
open.
covered. So, I
This
mean,
one
it-
is not.
I was curious, so I checked out. It costs more to
She
fly
had,
from
I
Scotland to
believe,
London than
blondish
Scotland to
hair.
Prague. Yes, Prague can be expensive.
you know, the one I've seen could be very similar because I mean, I've heard there's another Alexander.
Wait,
than-
So it costs more to
my
fly
brother.
from Scotland to London than
My brother
from
that's also
Scotland to
Alexander,
Prague.
so
Also, it's more
could be
cheaper
same-
to travel further. That
Alright.
is crazy.
I just want
I
to
guess
know
we're not
because
that
you
expensive as I thought.
Being more in tune and
London is
having
freaking
them
expensive.
than myself.
Wow.
I just wanted
That
to
is
know
crazy.
if there was not a cursed blood hiding.
I guess we are very desperate
On the
for
wild.
Scottish people to visit us.
Though, yeah, like the description I gave, this one was like fully covered and such, so it could just be same name, different person. But I can look into it.
Alright. Alright. Well, I'll keep an eye for it, and I'll probably see if this lady doesn't suffer any repercussions on the future. Just because of a curse blade taking a liking.
Your
to
family
her
members
name.
just went there and had a good time? Nice. I love Prague. Been living here for
By the
like
way, how are you
10
feeling?
years. And it's
I'm in a lot of pain, and
it's
I
very
can't
good,
put
very
weight
nice.
on my right leg at the moment because my knee hurts.
definitely recommend
Just
as
this
a
drink?
nice destination if you ever want to see.
Yes, please. Actually, no.
Lots of
actually,
old
no,
buildings.
I'll
After
look
it,
heal.
after the work.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, the buildings are
I'll
very
just
beautiful.
I'll keep having my tea like normal.
It's full with tourists, of course, you know, when it's in season, but
As you wish.
there are times. It was
I like
hilarious during COVID, you know. Of course, it was very sad, but like everything was so empty. There was not a single person
Three
around.
bring numbers to your pain.
Streets completely empty. Remember when your beer
Yes,
war
let's
was
not
about
stand out in the middle of nowhere.
0.7 pounds.
It's fine.
Sorry, euro. But I cannot remember much.
Do you wish to investigate the camp, Inquisitor?
Well, I can go to it myself later on. There didn't seem to be any clues or anything. If it comes up again, I may link it together with something.
Alright.
else.
Thank you, Sergeant. Yes, I do believe that will be sufficient.
Wait, Sergeant?
Oh, my apologies. It is the lieutenant, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, thank
It's
goodness.
People remember who I am.
For a second, you got worried that you got demoted.
Well, no. But no, the prince has mistaken me for the captain a few times. I don't know how, but
It is your aura.
I'm assuming it was S.
You have an aura of leadership, that's why.
Indeed.
I didn't know about that one.
Yes, Cleo. It's a penance. Do you know, I did notice something, Your Eminence. when Eleanor came to town and the prince from a great distance proclaimed, "Oh, it is Eleanor." He recognized her immediately. It is good to see that, you know, occasionally witness that sort of
Enthusiasm.
celebration of such a grand and memorable warrior as Eleanor.
Indeed.
Champion of the
Eleanor the unmistakable, Eleanor the unique, Eleanor that no one in their right mind would ever mistake for another person.
I think you mistaken her for a couple of
And I learned from my mistakes and I did ask God for forgiveness numerous times and he finally granted it.
It's
We
so
like
hard to
hide
tell the difference between all of the
Eleanor
tiny
the
people.
Lion Slayer.
Yes, all hail. Look at this little army that we have here. Come at
It is
us,
a
Curse Bloods.
self-inflicted penance, Cleo, not something the bishop told me to do. It is my way of paying some sort of recompense when I feel that I have sinned. I have been viewing a lot of half-truths, to say the least, in discussions lately.
The fence around Alice's home. Oh, that's hilarious.
It was a curse blood, I take it.
well, lots of fire around. I assume it was them.
Must have had something to do with the crystals that they planted. Truly a shame.
Indeed.
Very effective.
I have not looked in the tavern yet today to see if perhaps Alice is there. She may have curled up in a crevice the other night and gone to sleep. If she was wise, that is what she did. Because I don't know how long the Chosen stayed to watch to see if she actually did leave the city.
I see. Is she at the tavern currently? Is that where the father is keeping her?
Yeah, that is where Jin and I put her for safekeeping when the Chosen were out for blood.
I see.
So if it is true and they cannot escape without that painting, she may still be there?
Let us investigate.
Thank you, Cleo. I promise I will. I don't want to be without a foot. That much is absolutely certain.
Actually, yeah, at some point, would you mind helping me look over the runes that I can't reach on like my shoulder and stuff?
Allow me.
Looks so different.
Let us see.
Oh my god, that's so creepy!
Hello, your radiance.
Alice. You've never
You
looked
did.
better.
I was concerned. Perhaps you had made your way out and then into their grasps. Here.
I'm still here.
How are you feeling, Alice?
Never better.
That is good. We have some things to discuss, if you don't mind.
Is it scriptures again?
No, no more scriptures. Why don't you come down? Let us talk face to face. This is a bit disturbing.
Are you alright?
Are you able to stand? Sister, help her on her feet, please.
Would you mind if I asked Cleo to help as well? My arm is still
Of course.
not at its. Yes. I think we go around this way, Cleo. The father has done a lot of renovations in here.
Whoa!
Or not.
Tell me, Alice, how do you find this program of Father Abraham? Do you find it effective?
I feel tired.
You will get plenty of rest soon. Don't you worry. For now, answer my question.
I do have idea where those explosives could be used. There is a seal cave entrance that sneaks down into ground and seems to have been caved in.
Talk to me.
What do you wish to hear?
I wish to know, how do you find this program? Do you find it effective? Or do you find it to be a waste of time?
I don't know. How do you find it?
I find it to be a failure and a waste of our time.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, I suppose if the Almighty speaks to you, your radiance.
This has nothing to do with the Almighty, Alice. This has everything to do with you and your failure to understand how important this step was to cure you of your ailment and to allow you a second chance in life. Yet, you foolishly threw it away. Perhaps it was not your fault. Yes. You casted magic quite recently when you were still enrolled in this program of Father Abraham, invalidating all of his efforts. Just like that. You had one job, Alice. You were supposed to be cut off from this magical disease. We were supposed to help you find a cure. To help you, to free you, to cleanse your soul without destroying your body in the progress. But it does seem like your faith was not strong enough. You did not allow God to transform you. And now you left us no other choice.
One day, you came to that conclusion.
What would you do in my place? If your job was to purge the heretics of these lands, if you were continuously lied to, betrayed, if your own people were massacred every day by the likes of you, we were courteous enough. We gave you plenty of choices. When Father Abraham is present, I will inform
When?
him.
They shall say peace and safety. and sudden destruction cometh upon them, for they are not aware of this judgment.
Yes, you have studied well, but it is not enough. When Father Abraham makes his return from his pilgrimage, we will inform him that his services are no longer needed and that you are to be reported to the warden, to be imprisoned, to be given your last chance to confess, to be judged and executed. Unless, of course, these Carrier Chosen get to you first and do with you as they will.
The Chosen? Why the Chosen?
Because they seem to be interested in ending your life, and we can hardly blame them. For now, I suggest you remain here in this tavern. You continue reading your scripture, and you continue serving your penance. One way or another.
Have you served yours, Bishop?
What is it?
Have you served yours?
Yes, I have, and I continue doing so. We all have our cross to bear. We all have something that weighs us down, our soul, the sins, the temptations. None of us are perfect, Miss Alice. Not even the ones who are not plagued by this disease you carry. As God is our witness, we tried. We gave you a unique opportunity, and you squandered it. May God have mercy on your soul.
Clea, would you please see to her? Make sure that she is all right, has needs like food and water.
Yes. Father Abraham should be given a chance to assess his progress before we end this project once and for all. And after he is done, then we will see to proper disposal of this prisoner.
You should fill her in as best you can on what you were trying to say earlier about what the Chosen have done to her house and the library.
Indeed.
That was strange.
Keep your weapon at the ready. She might be
Then
weakened.
put
She
Arabella
might be
was tempered, 'cause I remember
trying to
exactly
convince
I
you
would even tried to warn
to help
warn
her.
Strauss about that.
Do not fall
But
for her tricks. She's
the
a
end of
curse
the
bot.
letter was tempered with it.
Sister?
Yes, one moment here.
There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth when ye shall see
My
Abraham.
dear will temper with a note about personal feelings, but well, someone has a sick sense of humor around town.
For the door. You would let us out. Thank you. Father? Oh, Father. Sorry, Your Eminence.
Well,
And the beast filled with wormwood,
But
and they worshipped the beast. Who is like unto the beast? Who's able to make war with him?
Was that Alice?
Nothing to be worried about. Very creepy, I love it.
the
I hope someone actually helps her escape. Because I think she deserves it. I tried to postpone it by giving Sin a chance to show up.
I will join you.
Of course, we were supposed to execute her immediately, but I can't do that. She deserves, and Sin deserves proper RP from this.
I was looking for a hatchet. This also helps, thank you.
I have edge, it will get wood.
Alright, thank you.
Seems like everyone is on a mission.
They're all
Put me on the
busy
wood.
in their own ways.
I need bark, mainly.
Jin has gone to speak with Ode in the event that Eleanor cannot get there more quickly.
Very good.
It does not hurt to multiple people delivering a message of such import.
Let us hope it will reach her. Them.
I
Sister,
hope so. Mm-hmm.
this matter with Alice.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make sure that Father Abraham has a chance to assess her before we put her on the pyre. It only seems fair. Despite his failure, his intentions were honorable and perhaps there is something to his methods. But Miss Alice may not be the right candidate for this program. Her will is lacking. Perhaps she is too far gone as a curse blood. Others might be a bit more capable of resisting, willing to change.
I do not believe she is in her right mind. I don't know whether it's the result of what Father Abraham was doing, but even as the Chosen were approaching the city, and I was trying to arrange for her to be detained in my room, she was in the tavern with Arthur and Jin, dancing, still. Dancing even though she knew she was about to be arrested. Drinking holy water as if it were guzzling from a water skin. And what we just saw of her in there, she is defiant. But there is also something off. I believe you are doing the right thing before the devil is unleashed from within her.
One thing is for certain, these methods were supposed to strip her down of her walls, of her defenses, and we were supposed to see the true nature of her character. And this is what she is. This is who she's
Yes.
like. Corrupt. A lost soul. We'll be doing her a favor by sending her to God.
I wholeheartedly agree, and I pray for your strength in continuing to see this through. Father Abraham's plan was, I believe, a plan of 5 or 6 days, but we do not have 5 or 6 days. We have barely have the time that we have been given. We're lucky that the town was not burned last night.
Indeed. If perhaps the progress was more noticeable, considerable, more time could have been provided, but this project has failed.
It is unfortunate, but yes.
Feels like eternity since I last saw the sun, and yet, for a single moment, it was there, but now the clouds are coming back.
The most important thing is that it was there. And I
Mhm.
see a shadow on the wall behind you. We may not be able to see it, but it still casts light.
Jin,
Bishop,
welcome back. Any progress?
message delivered to Kaiman. The one wishing to speak to Ode, not necessarily the subject.
Yes. Very good.
Thank you. we've been putting you to constant danger. Allow me to, at the very least, cover some of your expenses. Should have given him pancakes.
Not necessary, but I will use it to equip Rosalind something, protect her.
Thank you. Or at the very least, use it for any kind of bribes or to get the message across however you see fit. My resources are scarce due to the actions of the taxman, but not even Mr. Pennington can tax everything that the church has at its disposal. I will help you as much as I can in these trying times.
Of course. Has anything happened here while I was gone?
We assessed the state of Miss Alice and we deemed her ready to be sent to God. The moment Father Abraham has a chance to conclude his experiment, we will do as the prince requested. And if the chosen perhaps show up before that can happen, then she will be handed over to them. I still wonder, however.
Are you certain this is wise?
We were left with no other choice. The experiment failed, and we cannot let the chosen to attack us for her. Why do they want her so much?
Forgive me, I meant wise to let her continue living so long.
Yes, if it was my decision, she would have already been on the pyre. Alas, there is more at stake. There are more individuals involved in this matter, and we must wait for them to have a chance to conclude their dealings before we act.
Well met.
Good day to you.
James. Yes.
Well met. Who was that?
Apparently he didn't wish to talk. A man named James. He has an incredibly large dog.
Yes, and they were both in the town and left to see Alice right before the chosen showed up.
I see. Go after them, Jin. See if you can catch up to them.
I've only ever seen him dip in and out of the bank and then run.
Yes. Interesting. These Curseblood seem so convinced of our evil ways, yet they never hesitate benefiting from our kindness, from our generosity, from giving them an opportunity to live a better and happier life.
I don't think all of them have had the time to think of it that... Well, here he is.
Well met.
Hello.
I apologize. Please do not consider this a detainment or anything like that, but we often see new faces running around in Ravenwood, and we like to use every opportunity we can to get to know them, or perhaps refresh our memory. There's been so many people around that I don't believe we've ever met, have we?
We've met a few times, actually.
Oh, my mistake. I have been under so much pressure lately that I have no excuse but to apologize and to reintroduce myself to you again, so that I never forget. I'm Bishop Benedictus Sanctus. What's your name?
It's nice to meet you again. I am James.
James. Pleasure.
Yes.
Now, how do you fare these days with these constant threats of attacks from these Iscariot's chosen or perhaps other witches. Do you feel? Do you manage?
It is a little terrifying. I do tend to hide out in my farm while I am farming my strawberries, trying to earn some coin, survive in the world.
Wonderful, wonderful. Where is this farm of yours? Do you reside next to the farmstead of Mr. Gardenier and his granddaughters?
No, it's just over by the lake.
Ah, so nearby in the neighborhood, so to say.
Yep.
Interesting. Now, we couldn't help but notice earlier that you visited Miss Alice. Is that correct?
When?
Yesterday, sister, I believe.
The day before, perhaps.
Ah, yesterday before. Are you aware of her and her situation, or is her name unfamiliar to you?
I mean, I know who she is. She's the librarian.
Yes, a terrible, terrible accident that happened to the library, unfortunately.
Yeah, I saw that. Is everyone okay?
I do believe
Hopefully
so.
so.
Yes, barely, but everyone is alright. Do you know Miss Alice? Or apart from you knowing that she's a librarian, do you know her a bit more, perhaps on a personal level?
We haven't really spoken that much.
I see. Well, I apologize for taking so much of your time. It was nice reintroducing myself to you, and hopefully from now on I will never have to ask you for your name ever again.
Yes, absolutely. I'll always make time for you, Bishop.
Wonderful. It works both ways, my son. I am always here for any of those who wish spiritual guidance.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Now I wish...
May I ask how Buddy is doing?
Buddy.
Buddy's doing great. Thank you.
You're
Do you
large.
give him a head itch from me?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I certainly
I
hope
do need
that...
to be going. I need to get my strawberries.
Yes, of course. I wish your strawberries mighty growth, and I do hope that Buddy likes the taste of them.
He doesn't eat them too much. He normally likes to eat meat.
Interesting.
Here, I'll give you a few.
A free sample? Oh. Oh, thank you. These
There you
look delicious. Strawberries are possessed to us. I had no idea. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Perhaps you can enjoy them later after our talk.
Yes, indeed. Well, it was a pleasure. Why don't you go
Yes,
and...
may God be with you.
Indeed, may God be with you.
Thank you.
What is Jin planning?
Jin, may I ask you a question? You can close that.
You made it up, I see.
Have you been given the necessary keys?
Yes.
Perhaps if he is seen again with the dog in the town and approaches anywhere near the tavern, anywhere near Alice's house, or anywhere, anytime in the vicinity of harassment from witches, we simply detain him on the spot.
They now know Alice is here.
That is what we
Yes.
wanted.
The prince would like to try to lay an ambush or be prepared when they arrive. I agree, Jin. Putting him into a cell would have been preferable.
No,
But-
killing him would be preferable.
You will still get your chance, don't you worry. God presents many opportunities in our path. As long as we are bold enough to take them and make the most of them, We will show him that we are worthy. For now, he needs us to be patient. He needs us to wait for the right opportunity.
He also needs you to drop the strawberries.
Yes.
Of course.
Crush them under your boot.
Oh, they look so delicious. Wait, no. These are... no. I need those.
The only food that you can trust, and Jean's suggestion, and I agree, is that from Rosalind.
You dropped my strawberries. I did. Yes, indeed. But at times like these, I don't think I have it in me to consume anything.
Yes. I do understand.
We all have our penance, sister. Actually, I had no idea it was you, Wonka. That's hilarious.
Is the woman still inside?
Yes, she is. And she needs to stay there.
Yes.
Does she need to stay there alive?
For now, yes. She is barely alive as she is right now. She won't be any threat to anyone.
If she breathes, she's a threat.
Perhaps. But for now, I do believe keeping her alive, either for the Iscariot chosen or for the righteous trial, is our best course of action.
Can we not just give them her head?
We do not know what these Cursbloods might do if we rob them of the opportunity to kill her. Perhaps it is not her death that they want. Perhaps they want to use her for some kind of foul ritual, or use her as bait to this necromancer. I do not know. I do not pretend to understand what goes on in their heads.
You just listed several reasons why she should not be living.
And if we kill her and the necromancer resurrects her and uses her to boost her army, what then?
Burn her immediately.
And how do we show the Iscariot's chosen that it is indeed her?
Keep her head, burn the rest, then burn the head.
You may bring this matter to the prince, and if he agrees, then yes, you have my approval. But for now, I suggest we wait for either Father Abraham to conclude his experiment, or for the chosen to claim her and do with her as they wish.
Is the prince still awake?
He might be in his throne room. I like his enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm. He's wise. He understands the landscape of things.
But what he does not understand is that Father Abraham is young, and he is of pure and kind heart. And if we betray his trust, then we might have more issues to deal with Vatican and with someone close to us who could potentially betray us. We are short-term friends in these dark times.
We are. He does seem kind and well-meaning, although I do have one concern.
What is it?
When he requested lodging, he requested it specifically outside of the city, that he wants time alone to be uninterrupted in the mornings, and I understand, definitely. It is difficult to have privacy here within the walls. You offered him your room, or even to have an elevator installed, to have a second floor put in, and he agreed. But then later, after you went to bed, he brought up the matter again. Thought that perhaps you were a little too full of sugar to have noticed his and respected his request to live outside of the church grounds.
Are you implying that I cannot hold my sugar?
No, he implied.
He wouldn't dare.
Of course, he'd only just arrived. He doesn't know your constitution.
Constitution.
Your great tolerance for an ability to behave perfectly normally under the influence. Nevertheless, the request was still made again, and he plans to, next time he sees you, speak about being able to live elsewhere.
The reason why I offered him my room was that I wanted to watch him. I wanted to see how he acts, how he reacts. I wanted to know that he can be trusted.
I agree. I just thought it odd that that be one of his primary issues of concern, and something that he pressed not once but then twice after you had made your judgment and gone to bed. I was very fortunate that everyone at least gave me a chance when I came here, and I'm more than willing to do the same for Father Abraham, but I also was perfectly fine laying down in a corner of the church somewhere and curling up for a few hours at a time if need be. I'm grateful to have the room I do, but I would never have made demands to be away from the church that I love.
You never gave me a reason not to trust you, sister. Never for a single moment have I had doubts about your loyalty or your capability. You're as pure as the sun itself. It burns bright, it gives life, and it brings warmth into our souls.
Speaking of, Your Eminence, look what's peeked out from behind the clouds. In fact, it's brighter than ever.
Yes, it is there. A sign. Come. Please sit down and make yourself comfortable.
Very well.
Yeah, Jin is on a warpath, and I love it. Makata's wound is much larger than when Bishop last saw it. Pieces of flesh apparently removed and cauterized and stitched as best as possible. Sister, what happened? This is not the state I expected.
You did quite a beautiful job.
Oh, please.
But unfortunately,
don't insult me with your soft words and lies.
Your Eminence, I do not intend to insult you, merely to express that you did do everything within your power, and it was healing. But the strange black tendrils in my skin. They did not recede. So we went to Rosalind's, and Jin cut all of the flesh that contained them from my arm, burned it in the fire, and then did what he could to stitch it. It's going to leave considerable scarring, but that is all right.
I apologize that I was unable to cleanse the wound and provide blessings powerful enough to take care of it from within.
It is not your failing, Your Eminence. It is not your shortcoming. None of us are fully prepared to deal with the magics at hand. You did everything you could, and under any circumstance, you, with that treatment, would have kept the wound from festering.
I just wanted to spare you of the hideous scar and further suffering.
Suffering comes with the territory, for both of us.
It does, but
It
so
is.
does moderation. And because of all this pain and sacrifice you went through, I must ask you to reconsider your penance. I think it's time for you to consider putting your shoes back on.
Very well.
God
do
understands
so.
your sacrifices and the strength of your faith. There is no reason for you to suffer anymore.
Thank you, Your Eminence. You're very kind.
The moment, sister. The moment Miss Rosalind returns, I beg you to seek her and buy the most sprinkly and unhealthy item on her menu.
For myself, or to share, you are yourself in something of a penance.
For yourself, sister, and think of me in your prayers and perhaps share with me the feeling of ecstasy you will experience remotely. That is the best I can do for now.
You are always in my prayers, Your Eminence, but I will do my best to share that with you.
Thank you, sister. And once again, I am so sorry I couldn't have done more.
Please, don't apologize. You did everything you could, and I greatly appreciate it. I was going to go and try and do it myself. I didn't want to trouble you.
I didn't want you to pass out because of the shock and too much pain. But perhaps next time we'll seek out a professional healer to help you. Hopefully there is no
Yes.
next time.
I hope so. Your Eminence, have you ever thought of... Thank you. Have you ever thought, perhaps, of taking a little bit of a stroll? Maybe not at the moment while we are dealing with things in town, but as soon as we have the opportunity to, I would like to show you to a place.
But of course,
A place where... Yes.
you can show me now. There doesn't seem to be anything currently of pressing matter.
Okay. Do you have any, lay clothing?
No, this is...
Anything?
Apart from my sleeping attire, this is the only thing I wear. I must serve as a symbol of the church.
I don't care.
I understand.
Perhaps if I'm thinking what you're thinking, it may not be the best idea to show me where this place is, because if I ever get captured and tortured, I do not wish to be put into a position where I will be forced to lie, or if these cursed bloods manage to corrupt my mind or perhaps turn me to their cause. I would prefer not to possess this knowledge, to not put you in any kind of peril.
I understand that. I do hope that you will change your mind, for it is completely ready as a secondary place to minister, if need be, and your most faithful. They are there.
This is my home. This is where I grew up. This is where I always wanted to live. This is where I wish to die. Ravenwood is everything to me, and I promise to protect it with all my might. Even if Pope himself arrived and ordered me to replace him, I would politely decline, because this is where God wanted me. This is where I must remain. Until the very end. This is my home.
I understand, and I admire that. And it is my duty to serve, and my honor to be able to minister to these people, and I will remain here as much as I possibly can as well. I know that you have given me an order to go be safe, but my place is by your side.
No, sister. Your place is with these people. To aid them as much as you can, and you can only do so if you are in their vicinity. If this town is destined to fall and be overrun by these cursebloods, you are of no use here. You are of use there with them. Perhaps not in the battlefield, but tending to their wounds, taking care of their spiritual needs, helping them in other ways.
If you change your mind, Jeremiah and Leonidas, they too can tell you more and show you the way.
I'm sure they are, but I've already been threatened to be killed on numerous occasions. Knowing these cursebloods, they have something in store for me, and I do not wish to bring this kind of attention, this kind of threat to this safe haven of yours. It must remain pure. I do not wish to spoil it.
You yourself could not spoil anything, Your Eminence, but I do understand your concern. Do not forget that just because you are followed, or that my name is Immaculata, you yourself, you are, in all of the ways that it matters, pure, too.
I appreciate your kind words, sister. And I promise, one day when this war is over, and when we vanquish these cursebloods and send them to God, one by one until none of them remain, I will join you on this pilgrimage to this safe haven, and I will witness it with my own eyes, and on that day we will share a good meal together. Once more.
I look forward to that. And I have no doubt that we will be victorious and this place will shine again, as you remember it and as you wish it to be.
I only hope that my brother will reconsider and return back to the fold, but that is perhaps a foolish hope at this point.
I will continue to pray for him, that he sees the light.
Thank you, sister. I wonder what Jin is up to. If he managed to convince the prince to dispose of Alice.
It's possible they are still talking. Don't know.
Let us see if we intercept them.
Has anything transpired since my absence?
Nothing of great note. There were some bodies at the temporary encampment that Jin and Eleanor and Kale set up for them to safely shelter the night. The work of the necromancers, but I had already consecrated the threshold, so they were not harmed. We went and disposed of the bodies. And Alice is awake in the tavern, awaiting judgment of whether or not we will wait for Father Abraham to do a final examination or simply kill her. And also,
Have you
there
seen
is a
Rosa?
spy. A spy from the Chosen here.
Who is it?
The one called James. Typically wears a white shirt.
Ah, it's open. The prince isn't here. He is not present. I love the nighttime rain like this. It looks so cool. Even sounds cool. Well, well, well.
Tricky. I haven't seen him since the day before yesterday either. But Jin does have the necessary keys now to imprison anyone within the prison that we see fit. Anyone that is apprehended.
He is not
Any luck?
present. I do believe he might be resting already.
I see.
The grief is still fresh and he needs to get his strength back.
Of course. So for now, our plan remains.
Indeed.
And we will just hope that Father Abraham returns from that pilgrimage quickly.
Someone entered Ravenwood. Is that Miss
Over there
Roslyn?
with the torch that...
Yes.
Yes.
She looks preoccupied.
Glad she...
Oh.
Yes, I'm glad... No, there she is.
You
How is
know
that
your
you feel
orders,
getting
sister?
seeds and everything.
Oh, yes. Would you, if you would not mind, allow me to purchase your most scrumptious, sticky, sweet, cream-filled, delicate, delicious, sprinkle-covered treat?
Emphasis on sprinkles. As many of them as you can spare. I want this treat to be so covered with them that one could mistake it for sprinkles alone. I want whatever is inside to be shrouded in sprinkles, drowning in them, obscured by them. Have a good night, Alvaro. Thank you for hanging out.
Well, the stickiest cake we have here is honey cake.
Cover it all in sprinkles.
Very well. Just give me a moment then.
Thank you.
Of course.
Remember, sister, this is important for your recovery. You need your strength back, and this will give it to you.
I have no doubt it will.
Oh. Oh goodness.
What? I presume you received your approval.
No, but I will take whatever punishment comes my way. She was a threat. I did my job as a seeker.
The prince made it clear. Her fate is sealed. However, I am still inclined to believe that it is for the best to postpone this execution until Father Abraham has a chance to assess her. Or
I believe it is.
until the
Eminence.
Iscariot's chosen make this decision for us. If we act too rashly, we might make the same mistake as the previous seekers did.
Bishop,
I am simply offering you an advice on how to save your life.
Bishop, look at the back of her head and the blood pooling at my feet.
It's raining, I haven't even noticed. I see now. So it is already done. Well, whatever the consequences are, they are now yours to bear. I tried. Sister, cleanse the body and see that the necessary rites have been committed.
Yes, Your Eminence. We will bring her to the morgue where a guard will be placed. I will consecrate her. If you wish, I can ensure that the body is left guarded until Father Abraham has a chance to look at her. Perhaps he can ascertain some physical signs of what he was doing.
That
But
may
as
be.
far as any ire from the Vatican, I will do my best to take care of that too.
We will cross that bridge when we get there. For now, it is important that we have her body. If the Iscariot's chosen arrive to claim it, we can give it to them. And at least now we know that she is no longer a threat.
Where did Eleanor go?
I have not seen her. Last I heard, she was going to go be checked in the clinic, but
God,
the
that is
clinic was empty
gruesome.
when we
She has Alice's diary.
I believe she left through the back when I saw her. I had a quick word with her around the back of the asylum.
Rest in peace, child.
You did what we all know was best to be done, Jin. If anyone is to have ire, I imagine it would be the prince, but I don't think that he had any particular care at this point what would happen.
Yes.
I will talk to Father Abraham, and I will intercede with the Vatican if need be. If there is to be a punishment, I know you will accept it. But for now, we have her. And as you said, Your Eminence, we can hand her over if need be.
Prince's orders can be interpreted in many ways. And of course, Alice's actions have left us no other choice on several occasions. Perhaps you simply acted in self-defense. She was out of her mind casting magic just yesterday or a few days ago. Thank you for protecting us and this town, Jin. We appreciate your concern over Ravenwood.
If I may interject, good bishop. I think giving her body would be very unwise.
That is why I suggested only her head.
Yes, that is what she suggested. That
Knowing the
given.
chosen,
Go ahead.
especially with Reese and his new powers, he can easily resurrect her.
Well,
Forgive us.
may I interject? With all due respect, why are we giving the chosen anything?
I didn't really plan to give, I just planned to show.
It is merely because of the attacks they have launched the last 2 nights were specifically because we had not given them Alice. They, under the pretense of, well, I don't know what the game is, but they came angrily looking for her.
Right, so what I hear is we're afraid and we're going to appease them.
No, we're simply going to show them that this is what has been done if we must. They're going to attack us whether they want to or not. In fact, I'm 100% certain that if we'd handed her over alive, they would have taken her and then burned the town down anyway. I don't trust them. But the prince would like to lay... Apologies. You're 10 minutes.
Continue, sister.
The prince would like to lay an opportunity for us to fight them back. And that only means that we accept that they will walk in looking for her.
The only reason why I wanted her to be potentially given to the chosen alive was for both sides, the Willowbrook witches and the Shadowreach witches, to fight over her, to potentially try to save her from their grasp, to further ignite this conflict between them. But that opportunity is now no longer present. But other opportunities will arise, I'm certain. For now, what matters is that Ravenwood is safe, and that's all that matters. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go attend to a grave that was apparently disturbed.
Let's just take her to the morgue. I will administer rites and cleanse her. Make sure that her body is prepared.
That was freaking gruesome. I was hoping to avoid this as much as I could, but I figured this would be the end. Oh, poor Alice. I feel for her. But perhaps at least now she's no longer suffering, and even though it exactly wasn't painless, she got her quick death. Probably better than to be put on a pyre. But Bishop is not happy at all. Like, to behead someone, to not even give them a chance to be cleansed, used as a bargaining chip. Ugh, everything's wrong. If Popes could see us, he wouldn't be happy. You're supposed to be a staff. Oh my god. What's up, Eggs? I hope that you like your new addition in the library. I hope everything's working as it's supposed to. But at least she threw some punches. I don't think so. She probably hurled a few prayers after reading the scriptures so diligently. You got to learn a new spell. Nice. Look at that. Yeah, I know you're hungry. There you go. Just open your mouth and run. There's plenty of water. I tried to postpone it, but it kinda backed into a corner. Sorry, Chosen. Oh, I feel bad for Sin. You know, we had this plan for you, Sammy, and I wanted to... I wanted to sing hymns with you, you know. I wanted to pray the curse blood away. I wanted to do an exorcism, but... Hey, that's how things are sometimes in RP. You can't really wait for too long. Things need to get resolved, things need to get moving. But I'm at least proud that, you know, we tried. We tried as much as we could. Yet another thing the Chosen and the Bishop agreed on. We are so... we have so many things in common. Perhaps more than we have in terms of differences these days, I feel like. You know, both me and the Custodian agree that the Willowbrook witches are the ones we should take care of first, because they're more deceptive. We cannot trust them. They're more dangerous. Boo tomato. Let's go to farm. And Loki, I've been trying, but Jane was left to his own devices. And Good Dagger happy. Hello Zero. You know, just like, that's bad. That needs to... I know. Just like the other Seekers, you know, that got themselves killed. I hope it's not gonna turn that way with you two. The Seekers are just... quite something. But yeah. It is what it is. At least she's no longer suffering. Wait, is the entire farm gone? Oh man. That is unfortunate. I have no idea what happened to the other side, what happened to M9's character, what happened to both the farm girls. I purposely stayed out of the streams of a gravestone lays smashed upon the ground, the grave dug up, scorched ashes lay around where the house once was. We were here just yesterday! We showed up! We checked up on everything. I wonder if this was their plan to, like, basically... you know, turn it all on us. Like, you know, we burned it, we raided it or anything like that, but we genuinely just opened the door and then left. I even said a quick prayer to the grave. No, none of us broke in, it was unlocked. We were concerned. I have no idea how this happened or who did this, but yeah, the intention was never to burn anything or anything like that. We in fact wanted to leave it preserved so that we could come back, so that we could have, you know, like these seekers to potentially come back. We only brought the dog with us because we thought it was left there to die. We thought that all of you guys kind of left. So yeah, I don't understand what happened here at all. It was me who kicked the door. Oh, I see. I had no idea. That wasn't communicated with me and there was no POI left. So I didn't know. But even that, you know, it was just a door. I think the Chosen destroyed it to drive edge between both factions. That is definitely possible. That's kind of what I figured could be. But I was at least hoping to find the grave, you know, and tend to it. That was the whole purpose why I came here. Because what Arabella mentioned, that apparently the grave was desecrated. And even though what happened, we had nothing but nice things to say about Mr. Gardenier. I wanted to reinforce the promise that we gave him. Welcome to everyone who takes their own heard rumors as truth. Someone smashed the headstone. I know. Well. Well, not much we can do here. Maybe he got resurrected by the necromancer and we'll fight him with his family heirloom. That would be something. Well, I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of this. But I'm glad I arrived and saw this with my own eyes. Perhaps we could leave something behind. I don't think Cross would really... that could signify that it was actually us who did this. I don't want that. But yeah, I apologize if our little party didn't clearly state our intentions. Or if... Cinder and ash lay where the greenhouse once was. Wow. Gotcha. And thank you, Cody. I appreciate it. I figured that if it was you guys, there would be more, more to the story. You wouldn't... the way I know you, you would probably be here, like, laughing. Just be, like, I don't know, grilling the farmhouse animals that you killed, or... just, I don't know, playing with the stones of Mr. Gardenier's grave. Or like, attempting to resurrect him just so you can kill him again in front of the eyes of the Willowbrook witches that apparently live there. Something like that. But yeah, this probably was our fault, that we got here and we didn't clearly specify what the purpose of the visit was. So I apologize. I also hope that I will have a chance to talk to the priest. What do we have here? Fucking bots are going crazy today. What are they trying to post? Oh, best viewers, I see. Like I care about viewers. Fuck them. Chaos had fun flipping tables and chairs? Oh boy. Well. Raven, what it is? Who's running there?
Yes.
We need to have a few words quickly.
What do we have
Do
here?
tell me that the baker gone to tell you something.
Well met. Is everything alright? You look like you saw a ghost.
Just headache.
You look familiar. Jesse?
Yes. Hello.
You're alive?
Yes, I've been alive.
Where have you been?
I have been around. I just.
Just what? You disappeared one day? And just vanished?
I'm sorry. I just been scared.
Scared of what? This was your home.
Just with everything going on.
I understand. And I apologize that we allowed this to happen. But I'm just glad that you are safe. This gives me hope that Alden is safe too, and so is the rest of the tavern. And can you tell me more? I do not mean to interrogate you. I do not know why you are here now. Certainly I don't wish to stop you from any kind of tasks or errands you might have, but it is good to see you, and I hope that you won't be a stranger.
Still, I hope. I try not to be. I still have a home here, and I do come. And sometimes when I arrive here, people are too busy.
They hear
or just
people talk in anger.
Oh,
nobody's there.
there is one person in Ravenwood right now who is not busy. Not busy at all. In fact, he has all the time in the world, so if you wish to talk to him, he is here in front of you.
If you need me, I'll be by my hammock.
And have you been?
How have I been? Let's see. Yesterday someone tried to kill me. The day before someone tried to kill me. The day before someone tried to kill me. It's been a rough few days. Our enemies are many. And our allies are in short supply. But we are still here. Defending our home as best as we can, so that the people who call it their home too can feel safe and continue living behind these walls. How have you been?
As best as I can.
That's not saying a lot.
You know. I mean, what can I really say? Every day there's something.
The truth?
That is
Do you know that the custodian died?
I heard about that. I don't know when, but I remember people saying that things. That he, I guess, wanted to put people in the tavern and burn it.
People? You mean Cursebloods? like the ones we burned before.
What I heard was he wanted to put cursed bloods. I heard that he wanted to talk to your brother, and he also wanted to add people who work there. Now, I don't know.
And let me guess,
If
you
he
also
actually
heard that we
said
want to
what-
kill Princess Lion.
Wait, what?
There are many rumors like that I heard from many sources. They all have one thing in common: to paint us in the worst possible light so that the Curseblots can once again do what they do best, to turn us against one another, to sow dissent, chaos and confusion, so that we perhaps forget about them kidnapping our people on a daily basis, like Leonidas over there, who barely survived his last encounter with these Curseblots. That yes, we did consider locking in the tavern and burning it down with them, because that is the place that the Curseblots last managed to escape out of. And unfortunately, all our attempts to figure out how it happened, why it happened, failed. Even though I asked Alden directly, he didn't tell me anything. Even though there were numerous witnesses and enough evidence pointing us to his involvement, I gave him a chance to explain himself. I promised I would be by his side. And yet, he lied to me. And then
That why the tavern's locked.
the tavern was locked because it was under investigation, because we needed to speak to him. The prince wanted to speak to him. He was the one who locked the tavern. Because there were too many questions and we didn't have a chance. It was compromised, and we need to know why. What's the matter with this door? What's the matter with this painting, with these runes? Just too many questions and no answers, and no source to ask them to. I was told by Isabel to meet him at the farm. I went there. He wasn't there. Isabel wasn't there. Arabella wasn't there. And the next time I go there, well, even before, I find a note from Arabella, yet again accusing us of all these horrible things, while admitting that she's a Curseblood herself. And then I go to take care of Mr. Gardner's grave, who was apparently desecrated, and I find it dug up, and the entire farm gone. Do you know anything about this?
No, this is the first time. I haven't.
Things. When you asked me how I was, this is how I am. I have so many questions and so little answers. I am asking God to guide me, to show me the truth, to tell me what to do, but there is nothing. And now there is you. And I'm sorry if I'm unfair, sorry if I'm throwing this all on your shoulders, but I know that you know people, I know that they trust you, and I hope that you will do the right thing. Do you know where Alden is?
I do not.
Are you able to find out?
I could, I think. I could try.
This is my only weapon. Alden should recognize it. It is what I used during the cleansing of Shadowridge and Willowbrook. I already gave away my mace. Right now I am no threat to anyone. I just want to talk to him.
Alright. I can see what I can do.
Thank you. It was good to see you again, Jesse. May God be with you.
You as well.
Hello, Vale. I just gave away my admin weapon.
I need to give you something, by the way, Bishop, in case you see the prince before me. Or tomorrow.
I'm sorry, my child. I was... Can you say that again?
You were fine. I just wanted to give you something that I was going to give to the prince, but I was told he went to sleep. So in case you see him tomorrow before me, Alice wanted me to give this to,
The journal.
yeah, to Rice, but I refused to. So I was going to give it to either you or the prince, whoever I saw.
Thank you. I will take it. Oh boy. Thank you, I appreciate it. Ah, the prince just arrived. Well met, good prince. I hope that your journey was successful.
Yes, it was. Very much so.
Jeremiah.
Regrettably, well, perhaps this is not a regrettable news, but I must inform you that Alice was killed in self-defense by the Seeker that was appointed to guard over the tavern, Jin. She will no longer be a threat to us, to the people of Ravenwood, and enough of her remains will be secured so that if the Iscariot's Chosen want a confirmation of her passing, it will be provided. The rest will be burned so that she cannot be resurrected.
What did I say again, Sedona, about the fact when I leave for like, I don't know, this time, 30 minutes or so?
Yes.
The failure is mine. I should have been more strict with the orders. I wanted to preserve her life, but perhaps Miss Alice was out of her mind too much. Enough damage was done, and she took matters into her own hands, leaving us no other choice but to depart her from this world.
You think you failed, I don't think you have. Considering the recent actions of her cleansing and the lack of interest shows that she was, after all this time, not willing to go with it. Not willing to put everything on the line, even more so for Ravenwood, even after the discovery, even after the chances we gave her and all the other witches.
Yes, Prince, you are
It is
correct.
the judgment of God.
We gave these Cursebloods numerous chances to prove that these intentions, these honorable intentions they speak of, that there is some truth to it, but time and time again they use our kindness against us. All these courtesies we extended, it always bites us in the back. The moment we turn around, they stab us in the back.
Precisely so. I will not lose sleep over in the night over her passing.
Very good. There is one more thing in regards to this matter. Eleanor just informed me that she managed to retrieve a journal of Alice. Would you like me to read it to you?
Fine.
I'll make it quick.
There's a lot of pages, so just letting you know.
I'll make it quick.
Just give me the bullet points, I guess. I don't know if there's that much.
If anyone else wishes to pay respects, if they knew
Dear
Alice,
God.
the pyre is lit in the graveyard.
Final entry. I promised Riz he would get to have this book, and I hope as my dying wish he would see it. I know what he must think of me, how they all feel about me. I tried to make the people of Ravenwood see the beauty of the gifts God gave me. I agreed to these trials for a chance for them to see what I could do for them. I was scared because I didn't know, but you taught me that it's okay to laugh, to dance, to speak my mind, and perhaps it is a testament to the corruption cursed bloods are capable of. But I don't believe so. We are all God's children. It is said Judas Iscariot betrayed the martyr out of greed, but it is also only interpretation. But that is also only one interpretation. The martyr calls us to be merciful to those who doubt, save others by snatching them out of the fire. Jude 22:23. So I promise you, even till my last breath, I forgive you. You showed me life, true life. You took me in and I was afraid because I didn't understand. To the rest of the people of Iscariot's chosen, I plead for forgiveness. I told you I accept you for who you are, and I still believe it. I do not envy the path you walk. It is dangerous, but I have never met a more acceptable coven. To the coven that consider me family, even for such a brief time, I hope we see each other again, in whatever life is next for the blessed. Let the earth guide and teach you its secrets, and nurture those that need mending in body, heart, and soul through our hand. Aww.
So it's a love letter to this Chris chosen.
Yes.
We had been that she was in league with them.
Okay, burn it.
So all of this was just another manipulation, another lie. She never intended to be cleansed. She was just playing us for fools.
Yes, Your Eminence.
Sister.
Do you wish me to dole out a punishment to Jin?
No punishment is necessary. He should be rewarded.
Yes. He asks for the best interest, hasty or otherwise. He is a seeker. After all, that was what they did.
Give this journal to Father Abraham. He needs to see it.
I will.
The journal itself should give him enough solace that his intentions, although honorable, were never supposed to succeed. She would never allow it.
For what it is worth as well, Father, this is further irrefutable proof that the witch Alicia, that is embroiled with Arthur, was being truthful when she came to warn us of this. Not that I think there should be any particular clemency for this or for Arthur or whatever. But if we are choosing targets, let us prioritize those who have done nothing but harm, and then we will deal with the rest.
Agreed.
Yourself, but if anything needs to be done that you don't think would benefit from having a helping hand.
The deal was you agreed to my terms, I would agree to have it looked at. So you listened, I will have it looked at.
Hi.
I'm a man of my word.
What?
After you're in bed.
Oh, yes, I was going to walk to the... Wow, damn.
Language!
I just...
Sorry, Father. I keep forgetting them is... Sorry, Father.
The penance, walk barefoot.
Oh no, walk barefoot! Oh,
My
no.
penance is at an end for now.
Only time for Prince to start his.
Poor Rosen, we've kept her waiting for so long. I should collect that and then ensure that the pyre... Jim,
Yeah, well,
I
like-
left him with the pyre in case anyone wished to pay their respects.
She deserves none.
She doesn't. I will gather her ashes into an urn and I will bury them outside of the wall. And then I will throw the
Thank you for
urn
showing up.
into the
I was
furnace.
so happy to see you and to have this conversation with you. And you now have the strongest weapon on the server, so use it well. Thank you, sister.
You're welcome.
And I have
I will
badminton
write a letter
tomorrow.
to the abbess. After that, have word sent to the Vatican of updates here.
Yes.
And no doubt there will not be a backlash.
Perhaps there should be.
What did you say, Your Eminence?
There should be backlash.
Against whom?
Against me. Can't you see? This is all going to hell. This is all wrong. We are beheading people. We are burning them down. We are considering working with the devil's spawns. And then we are going on our promises. We are lying. We are living in sin.
There is a reason that I had my shoes off. I am well aware that I am on the precipice of turning into a monster. But I am also doing my best for these people, and you have been too.
But
For
is
a
it
long
enough?
time. All we can do is hope that it's enough. Ode told me that for both of us, Ode's side and ours, our greatest strength is our community. The people we gather with, the people we love, the people we pray with, or whatever it is that they do. We must take heart in knowing that what we are doing is in their best interest, and the Lord will do what he will with us. The most important thing is our community.
Thank you, sister, for always keeping me afloat, even when I start sinking. You always know what to say to keep me on the course. I think it's time for you to go retrieve your penance.
Ha!
I think it's time for you to suffer from a tummy ache. And perhaps some cavities too. And I think that Miss Rosalind should be your warden. She should be the one you answer to now.
As long as I am still able to work with you.
Until the very end.
Till the end, Your Eminence. I shall go take my well-deserved tummy ache.
Good. Miss Rosalind, do not go easy on her. She has much to answer for.
Well, it's a very sticky and sprinkled cake, so
Good. May God be with you, and may He has mercy on your stomach.
God be with you, Your Eminence. Sorry to have kept you waiting.
That's alright.
Guess we're sleeping in the chapel again.
Been a lot of things going on today.
Yes, indeed.
I kind of want to listen. Just let me listen. I want to know. Aw, those two are awesome. I wish I could be there forever.
This another thing.
No, it's not fair. And I need to go to bed anyway. I have badminton tomorrow, and my partner is gonna absolutely crush me if I don't get enough sleep. He's gonna crush me anyway, but at least I'll have some chances. Hello, son, bro. Yo, traumatizing Cleo, goddamn. That was ruthless. Like, freaking Sammy played it perfectly. She was so deranged and, like, so fitting, you know, to her being starved, and I bet there wasn't even any light there. It was just alone, you know, with the book. No wonder she went crazy. And, like, with all her plans and stuff. Yeah. Well, she's at peace now. Hello, jerk. And we're going to our bed. I'm glad you managed to find a way to log in, Sammy. You gave us this scene. It was masterfully done, thank you. Alright. Super fun story. I'm sad it ended. I have practiced so much scriptures, I know. You should be the next priest. If we ever do a rerun of this season. The priestess. The bishopess. The bish. Just the bish. You should be the bish. You know, bishop is male and bish is the female, right? Rolling as pope. Yes. Pope Sammy. The thirstiest pope ever. They send the pope to Ravenwood. Nope. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. As always, you are absolutely wonderful. Thank you for all the RP. Let's see. Mr. Scrap is streaming. And so is Winter. But since we usually always host Winter, we'll go see what Scrap is up to. Thank you, thank you. I will try my best to crush my enemy. The only way I know how, by hoping he will get injured. That's the only chance I have. It's sad, but it is what it is. What's up, M9? I miss you, but know that we did everything in our power to facilitate any kind of RP meeting. So hopefully it will get to you. But yes, have a good one. Bye-bye.